time, girl.
I know, right?
We are on time.
Yes,
I'm feeling
Lord.
good.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody in YouTube land. All right. All right. Do we have anybody in here yet?
It looks like one person is watching, but they haven't said anything. So,
Hello, hello. Well,
hello, whoever you are.
yes.
Hello.
So yes, again, hello to everybody watching. Hello to everyone on the replay. Welcome to Pages and Perspectives with Azelin T. And Pages and Perspectives is a live community centered book club where we explore meaningful books through shared experience and real life application.
Yes.
So basically, as we always say, this is just a time for us to get together on Sunday, on our reset day. This is most people's reset day, and just share together
Mm-hmm.
about what we've read over the week. And this is a space where there's no judgment. It's pages and perspectives because, one of the most powerful things about reading is that your perspective is yours alone. So we don't do any type of correcting or fixing or anything. We just, we listen and we don't judge.
Right.
Yeah. And so this is the first episode of our new book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F by Mark Manson. And I really want to know whether you're watching on the replay or live, like we had some people vote for this book. So this is why this was chosen. We did have some people vote for this book. So I'm curious to know who's reading along with us for this
Yes.
book.
And who voted for it?
Yes, who voted for it and
Yes.
who's reading along with us. Like I'm really excited to see that. But again, another thing about this space is even if you're not, come as you are. Okay. If you don't have
Mhm.
time to read or you don't want to, you just want to listen to us and join in. That's what this space is for. Um, so yeah, thank y'all for joining us. And
Thank you so much. Welcome everybody that's come in. And I'm going to
um,
go right on into the chapter overview so we can
let's
get this
do
thing
it.
started.
Yes.
All right. Now, if I look down, it's because I'm looking at my notes, y'all. So, chapter one starts off talking about society's obsession with positivity
Mhm.
and the desire to constantly better yourself, and how that actually makes us entitled and miserable
Mhm.
at the same time. The constant societal pressure to be above average in everything,
Mhm.
perfection in everything, how you look, how much money you have, what kind of car you drive,
Right.
all these things. We're constantly striving to have all of those things. But when we realize that we can't be extraordinary at everything,
Mhm.
we actually free ourselves to put energy into the things that we can be
Mhm.
extraordinary in. So it's like focusing on 24/7 happiness. That's what I took from that chapter. 24/7 happiness. We got to be happy all the time. And I know I've been guilty of that. I have said to myself 1,000 times, like, I should be happy today. I should
Right.
be happy in this moment.
Yeah.
I should be, I should be, I should be.
Mhm.
But that is just not human nature. You are
Yep.
not going to be happy every day. And
Mhm.
actually chasing for perfection in everything actually makes you realize what you don't have.
Yes.
So if I'm fixated on, oh, I want to be a millionaire, I gotta build my wealth, I've got to build my wealth, then I'm actually saying to myself that I'm not those things. Or if
Mhm.
I'm chasing, oh, I've got to be prettier, I've got to be sexier, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, then you're actually telling yourself you're none of those things. You're
Mhm.
actually you're
Yeah.
actually self downing yourself
Mhm.
on the back end.
Right.
So, Embracing life is not perfect, or that you can fail, or simply aren't good at something. We aren't
Mhm.
good at everything.
Yep.
It challenges us to grow. And he does make a point to say that not giving a F does not mean indifference. It
Mhm.
doesn't mean you don't care about anything. This is about saving those F's for the things that really matter to you.
Yes.
So I look at it almost as protecting your energy.
Mhm.
We say
Yep.
it as protecting your energy. So that's a overview of chapter 1. And he also gave a story about a writer who, he was just a crap human being. This man, he drank, he gambled, he was a womanizer.
Mhm.
He frequented ladies of the night. He was just he was just everything you could think of, he was doing it.
Right.
And he wanted to be a writer though. And
Mhm.
he kept submitting, and editors were turning him down because they found his work to be crude, just
Mhm.
like obnoxious, just no. They were just kicking him to the curb. But he never gave up.
Yep.
Even though he continued to be that same human being doing
Mhm.
all of those things, he never stopped trying to submit his work. And finally, one day, an editor was like, you know what? I like you for some reason. I'm going to take you
Mhm.
on. And so he did. And this man became a best selling author. I think he sold like 2 million copies or something like that.
Mhm.
But the irony of it all, he was still the same crap human being that he was from the beginning. And but his his appeal was that he embraced that. He
Mhm.
embraced exactly who he was. He never tried to be any different. He never said, "Oh, let me stop doing all these things so I can have a better image." He never cared.
Right.
He just kept going in the same manner. And that is what caused him to have an appeal. Being his authentic self, didn't try to
Yep.
improve anything. So
Mhm.
that was a cute little story from the beginning of the book, too, I wanted to throw in there. Chapter 2 talks about it starts off with the story of Buddha and how he was a prince, and his father decided, I'm going to give you everything in the world. I'm going to give you everything that you can want, and I'm going to protect you from the outside world so that you never have any suffering. You have everything you've ever desired right here in these walls. And as he grew up, he grew bitter. He
Mhm.
grew bitter at all the things that he was given. He grew bitter of he just was miserable in this perfect life of getting everything that he wanted.
Mhm.
And so he decided, I'm going to run away and I'm going to go into the world and I'm going to see what the world is really about. And boy, did he learn that there was suffering in the world, that people were
Mhm.
suffering, people, were in poverty, people were just a struggle. The world
Right.
was a struggle. And in that, he learned that no matter what station you are in life, struggle is a part of that. Pain is a
Mhm.
part of life itself. You can have all the riches
Mhm.
in the world and be miserable and
Right.
still struggle, or you could be the person on the street struggling. There is a suffering and a pain in no matter what you have in life. And we
Mhm.
see that with celebrities. Like, how many times have you seen a celebrity and you're like, why in the world did they go off the deep end like that when they had all the riches in
Yes.
the world?
Mhm.
That's because they had their own struggle
Right.
that we know nothing about because we're not in that world. We're not in that life.
Mhm.
So, and I just want to welcome Green Phantom and Jane Chicago. Jane,
Jane,
hello.
how are you? Hello,
Um,
Green Phantom.
yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just doing the chapter overview. I'm on chapter 2 because we're doing the first 2 chapters today.
Mhm.
So, in that chapter, he explains that pain triggers innovation.
Mhm.
Struggle fuels survival instincts. It is actually a part of our human nature to
Right.
experience those feelings.
Mhm.
and that chasing happiness 24/7 is not sustainable, because as soon as you get to that point of happiness,
Hmm.
you find something else to aspire to that gets you
Right.
happiness.
Hmm.
It's a never ending cycle of chasing happiness. So avoiding problems only makes you more miserable.
Hmm.
And it can even lead to stuff like addiction and things like that. Chasing a high, chasing that happiness, chasing that feeling.
Right.
But problems will always arise. And honestly, one thing that stood out to me is he said folks with a victim mentality and folks who are overly cocky and confident in themselves actually are the same people,
Yep. Opposite sides.
opposite sides of the same
Extreme for no
coin.
reason.
Yes.
Extreme for no reason.
That stuck out to me. And that true happiness solves problems because you're always going to have them.
Hmm.
So what you're doing in finding true happiness is you're finding those problems that you're willing to solve over and over again as things come up. Like, what's
Right.
the most important things to you that you're willing to solve those problems?
Right.
And I just want to throw these couple in here, and then I'm done with the overview. We also hear about his superhero, Disappointment Panda.
Yeah.
Disappointment Panda tells you everything that you don't really want to hear, but that you
Right.
need to hear.
Yes.
And also, lastly, an overinvestment in your emotions does no
Hmm.
good. That was one of the points he made, that you have to keep a balance of emotion and reason,
Yeah.
because whatever makes you feel good at some point is going to make you feel bad.
Hmm.
That same thing is going to make you feel bad. I think about relationships when I think about that.
Yeah.
You're going to have your great days,
Right.
but you're going to argue.
Yes.
you,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
All
and I,
right.
I think that's it, Oslin. I've went and said
T,
enough. There's
that
so
was
many
a
little things.
yes, that was an amazing, amazing, amazing overview. It was an
Thank
amazing
you.
overview. And you actually wrapped up a lot of stuff for me also. So I want to read some comments. Green Phantom say hi. Jamie
Yes.
say happy Sunday. Oh, I'm popping in to say hello, but can't stay long. My nephews are over here. Tell your nephews we say
Oh, tell your nephew
hello.
hello.
Hello, Jane's nephews.
Hello.
Yes, we're in a new book, Jane.
Mm-hmm. And yes, Jane, Disappointment Panda keeps you grounded because he tells
Mm-hmm.
you all those things you don't. Yep.
Yeah. And she said, happiness is a fleeting emotion, but joy comes from the Lord. Amen,
Mm-hmm.
Jane.
Amen, Jane.
All right. So yes, T, that was a really great overview. You wrapped up a lot of stuff for me also because all right, so I got it Thursday. I've had a very busy week. It came in the mail Thursday. So I read the chapters yesterday on the road. We were driving. And I think this is a book that I'm going to have to read little by little because of the way that he illustrates things. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, it's like the book is funny. It's no doubt funny. Like I'm reading, I'm like laughing. I'm like, like it's funny. But also he's dropping some gems, but they're kind of like in a
Hidden
story. Yes,
in a
they're in a
story. Yep.
story. Yes.
Green
So
Phantom, we are reading this book. We are reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving AF, and we are giving our perspectives on the book. So if
yeah,
you have read it, or even if you haven't, tune in with your thoughts. Give us your thoughts. So
yeah.
I'm sorry, Oslin. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no
I just wanted
problem.
to answer
No,
that question.
that's perfectly fine. So yeah, so I read it, but hearing you bring it all together was like, okay, yes, because I don't think my mind got the chance to connect like the story with the part that he talked about afterwards
Mm-hmm.
because he's explaining it afterwards, you know. but my mind didn't like connect it. But you definitely connected it well. The story about the Buddha.
Mm-hmm.
So the Buddha was a prince,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically felt like like his life was pointless because he was given everything, and he just knew something was missing, which highlights that struggle is a part of the process. Like, you know what part it highlights, T, that was in the book?
What was that?
Happiness is solving problems or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah, happiness is solving problems. And no, T, you're right. Like, I think, this is only our second book. But I think that because of the way the book is structured, we will have multiple points of like reflection and like, things
Yes.
like that, because it's like, but it's a lot. It's a really a lot we can break down and get into.
Mm-hmm. And welcome, Kendi. I see Kendi showed up. Welcome.
Hi, Candy K. All day.
All day. But yeah, it's a lot of little things and little subtleties
Yeah.
and how he's piecing it together.
Hmm.
It's like it's
Yeah.
not straightforward, but it's
Right.
very entertaining. It's a
Yes, it
very
is.
entertaining
Yes. And I
way.
think the one that I will want to start with,
Hmm.
T, for like my reflection is the part about, it was actually towards the end of the second chapter where he
Hmm.
was talking about how it was something in his mind that he always fantasized about. It was a rock band for him. He always fantasized about it, being in a rock band, being a stop top star, all this stuff. But over time he realized that he did not really want it because the pain that was associated with that dream was not his deal. That was not
Hmm.
the thing that he could put up with. And so that that basically tells us that, like, anything that you want in this life is not, nothing's going to be on a silver platter. But because also, as I was reading that, to my mindset was fighting against it because I don't believe in struggle, period. I do not believe in struggle. I do not believe in struggle. You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
I'm not going to tell myself that I have to struggle to get something. I'm not, because I feel like that's a mindset. However, I did understand that what he was saying is you are going to be so aligned, which is what the reason I don't believe in struggle, because I believe, like, when you're aligned with something, it's effortless in a lot of ways. But that includes the struggle. It's just
Yes, it
it's just
does.
what can you put up with? What are you willing to do? So, like, he used the example of a person that's a gym person, and they have a gym
Hmm.
body. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, that's been my struggle for the last 16 weeks. Okay. That's something that a person with a gym body is their thing. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Or even if it didn't start off their thing, they were able to get into the motion to where they can deal
Morph
with
into,
it
yes,
until they got the
yes,
result that they wanted.
exactly.
And that's one example, but it's a lot of different examples. Or they use the entrepreneur. That's something that I've been since I was able to know what it was. But are you able to deal with failure? Are you able to deal with trial and error, learning lessons, like all these things? Are you able to deal with it being a long
Hmm.
process? Are you able to build over time? Are you able to not give up? Like, are you able to do those things? Because that's a struggle. But to somebody
Because
that's aligned with that,
most
yeah,
entrepreneurs fail at least
right,
once, twice,
exactly.
sometimes more than that. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's a pain. But for somebody
Hmm.
that's really aligned with that, it's going to be like, what did I learn from this? What did I learn from this failure? For somebody that's not aligned, it's going to be very discouraging. It's
Yep.
going to be like, I can't do this. And it's so crazy to think that that can be applied to anything. He even used the person that is a corporate person, you know. And what else did he use? He used a couple different examples for that.
Yes. He used the
But
gym, the corporate
mhm,
person, the
entrepreneur.
musician, his musician story.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about how those things, like, it's about what you want. How much are you willing to go through to get what you want?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think it was one more story, but I can't even remember
I
it. But
can't
I think it
remember it
was one
either.
more.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was if I had to pick one point of like reflection, that was one of those. Because I'm like, in a lot of ways, when you're a person that is like optimistic, or even if you're not, because it's everything is kind of has another side. Even if you're a
Mm-hmm.
person that is not optimistic and you think everything's gonna go bad, what where's the other side of that that can bring you in the middle? You know, like if you're an optimistic person, like how high is like so high that you're gonna miss the whole middle getting there. Like where can you meet yourself? You know what I mean? On both sides. And just say, what am I really willing to do to get that?
Right. Right. Right.
You
Right.
know, like if you want to be rich, or I'm gonna say rich, if you want to be comfortable and wealthy, but you also want to have free time to spend with your family, so
Mm-hmm.
meaning you don't want to be in a corporate role, you want to have time to spend with your family. How much time are you willing to, spend to put into that? Are you willing to
Yes.
adjust your schedule? Are you willing to have a routine? Are you willing to be the structured person that can handle that? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So yeah, it's just very interesting. This is a really good like first two chapters.
Yeah. I think my takeaway was, I spoke to you about this. My immediate thought was about when I told you one time, and this was before we ever read this book. Azelin and I were talking, and I told her, I said, I wish we could normalize not having a good day.
Mhm.
I think sometimes when we say, today's not so good, that's a normal thing. It's a
Mhm.
very normal feeling to not have a good day. That everything is not rainbows and unicorns every day when you wake up. We would all love for that to be the case, but it's not.
Right.
Some days you just
Right.
wake up and it's no real reason you're just in a bad mood.
Mhm.
And I think that when you say that, yeah, I'm not having a good day today. I'm not feeling it today. When
Mhm.
you say that, most people immediately go into that how can we fix it mode? How can we
Yeah.
change that? Because
Yeah.
people want you to be in a constant state of happy,
Mhm.
but we can't do that. It's not
Right.
even a realistic thing to stay in a constant state of happy.
Right. Mhm.
So that was one of the things I took out of this is him saying, normalizing that you're going to have
Right. Those
negative
moments.
emotions
Yes.
sometimes.
And then also what he said along with that was like the more you don't accept it, the further you're going to go into that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the more you don't accept that it's okay for you to be a little sad, you're going to be more sad because you're trying to control something that
Hmm.
can't be controlled. You know what
Right.
I mean? You're just going to keep putting yourself into that hole of whatever you think you're missing or you're trying to fix or you're questioning, you know?
I hate even telling somebody I'm having a bad day because I can feel it. I can feel their desire to want to. It makes people uncomfortable.
Right.
They want you in a state of happy 24/7, and I'm like, I don't even want to say I'm not feeling good today or I'm not in a good mood because
Right.
even though it's real,
Hmm.
I could feel the uncomfortableness on the other side of it.
Right.
If that makes
Hmm.
any sense, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that stood out, and also, God, I had it written down. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I'll read some
There was
comments.
one single chapter,
Oh, yeah.
or not chapter, but paragraph that just stung. I think he said something like, "You're gonna die one day.
Yes. Oh my
Everybody
gosh.
you know and
Yeah.
love is gonna die." It's
Hmm.
like you
That
only
did
have
that
a
did
certain
sting a little
amount of
bit. Like it was
time.
kind of like whoa.
I
Like even
it
though I
was
know that it feels
so
different to read it. Like
it was so
like
brutally honest though.
yeah.
And he was like, everyone you know and love will die, will go away. Like, he was like, how much of that time do you want to spend just basically giving all your energy or your F's
Right.
to things that don't really matter to you.
Right.
Shouldn't we be
Yeah.
reserving those for the things that mean the most to us?
Yeah. Yeah. And I like also to that point, he was basically also saying in this life that we have, we only have so many F's to give.
Mm-hmm.
We only have so many, and let's be honest, you all, we all know we only have so many
Yep.
cares to give to a given thing. Okay? You care about your health, you care about your relationship with God, you care about your job, you care about your children if you have children, you care about your parents, your siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Do you care about how this person looked at you? Do you care about what this person, you know what I mean? Like, do you care about, I can't think of like anything trivial.
Do you care about the fact that the cashier is taking a long time to ring you up? This line is
Right.
long. I'm sitting in traffic. Like, how much do you?
Right. Or and also this one's a good one too. If you want to step out on faith and do something, start a business, start a YouTube channel, do whatever, do you have a care to give about what people think about you for doing that? What?
Right.
Is that worth one of the cares that you have? Because we don't have many. You
Mm-hmm.
know, like, is that worth it?
You know something else that I find people get really uncomfortable about when you are. No, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not gonna go into that. I'll
What?
leave that.
Okay.
I'll leave that.
I want to read some comments real quick.
Yep.
So Kenny K said, Oswald, I need more inside information on that unit on your head. That is gorgeous. Thank
It
you, Kenzie.
is.
I would love to share. Okay. This was very quick, easy. It's like a half wig. So it's not even
Oh,
a whole lot of anything. And it was only like 20 something dollars. So I
nice.
will happily, gladly share. Okay.
Give the
Because,
deets.
yeah, so I also, just tried it new, right? First of all, Logan really likes it, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly, I'm like, I wonder how I can like make this into something. Maybe not this particular unit, but it gave me an idea for a style that I never
Or
tried.
style.
I'm like a bob, like kind of
Mm-hmm.
bob, but not like, because I always steer away from bobs because I always saw them like flat and like this. And I don't see that because my head is big. But the curls add something.
I
So
like it. I
I'm
love it,
gonna
as a
be
matter of fact.
experimenting, but yeah, I'll definitely share the details. Hi, Lashana. Hello, champion. How are you? She's traveling and listening.
Thank you for coming
Cash and
through.
Call. Yes. Cash and Call said, such a great perspective. I find myself not sharing now. I feel in the moment because everyone can't handle that, especially when, yes, I understand that too. Like
Mm-hmm.
not being open, or telling people. And
Yep.
then it's like when you're around people that just pick up on your emotions, it's like you don't want to really go into why you feel because it's something maybe not that big or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, I totally
Or it's
understand.
something that tomorrow you may not even feel this way. So
Yes,
why
right.
why go into all that, you know, upheaval of other people's emotions because of it.
Nice. Kenny K said, I did shop talk, then church at home, and never left my house today. Equals Zen and protecting my peace.
Oh
Absolutely.
yes.
I love
Yes to the
that.
protecting your peace.
I've been home all day as well.
Me too. I was up watching the hockey game for the Olympics this morning.
Oh, really? I haven't tuned into
Yes.
any of the Olympics yet. But I want to
It's
see the
over
skating.
now.
Oh no, it's
Today was the
over.
last day. Yeah.
It went by fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because
But
I thought
we
it was
we
like
won the
months
most
long.
medals that we
Oh, we
ever
did?
have.
Oh, good.
The most gold medals and medals in general. We're not
Nice.
very prominent in the Winter Olympics.
Oh, wow. Yeah. A
Yeah.
couple weeks ago, that was the theme in our work chat was Winter Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Oh, the Olympics." But other than that, it's not usually on my radar. But if I did watch them, I would be into the figure skating.
Oh, I watched the whole
I
figure skating thing.
love
Oh
the
my god.
skating. Yes.
Yes. But I would suggest anybody. it this is humorous. I will say it does have some swear words in it, hence the
Yeah.
title,
Yes.
but it's very relatable,
Hmm.
and it will remind you of someone talking to
Yes.
you. Someone that you know that's just blunt
Hmm.
and honest and just real
And funny.
and funny. That's how it reads, like a conversational
Yeah.
thing of somebody that's just that blunt person in your life that just tells it like it is. That's kind of how it reads to me.
You
That
know how it reads to me, which I think that's an interesting like question or perspective. I would say how it reads to me is like a funny stand up that is also one of those good stand ups that actually wasn't just jokes the whole time. They dropped some knowledge.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
Yeah,
stand up where they like,
that's a actually good perspective,
yeah.
Osland. Because yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, because it's
It's
like
like
you
listening
listening
to
and then
Dave
like you're
Chappelle
laughing
tell
throughout it.
something.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
But I'm
yes.
enjoying it though. I'm really
I am
enjoying this
too. I
book.
really am also. All right. And of course we have our gym drop. You ready for that, T?
Get with it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to hear what you pulled out of these things because I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Well, I'll tell you. So, for you, those who may be watching and not know what the gym drop is, this is a portion in our meeting where either T or I we will rotate. Either T or I will read a passage from the book as the gym that we're like sharing, like gym drop, and then
Hmm.
we'll talk about it, and then afterwards, because it's a new book, we are growing and we're moving on up. Y'all come talk to us, and also
Yes.
but the chat counts. If you're in the chat, we want to thank you for being in the chat, and we can also talk in the chat. But if you want to get on and talk with us, you have that option as well.
Yep.
All right.
I'm actually going to drop the link while Oslin gives this gym drop.
Awesome. Okay. So this week's gem drop, the first gem drop of this book came from the first chapter. The first chapter was called Don't Try. Now, in the book, in the chapters, he has like little sub chapters, right? And I'm gonna read the sub chapter, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F. Okay. And I'm
Hmm.
just gonna read a portion of Subtlety One. Now, it says the subtle art of not giving a F. When most people envision giving no Fs whatsoever, they imagine a kind of serene indifference to everything, a calm that weathers all storms. They imagine and aspire to be a person who is shaken by nothing and caves into no one. There's a name for a person who finds no emotion or meaning in anything: a psychopath. Why would you want to emulate a psychopath? I have no effing clue. So, what does not giving a F mean? Let's look at three subtleties that should help clarify the matter. Subtlety number one. This is why I chose this. So, this is the gem drop. That was the intro. This is the gem drop.
Hmm.
Subtlety number one. Not giving a F does not mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being different. Let's be clear. There is absolutely nothing admirable or confident about indifference. People who are indifferent are lame and scared. They are couch potatoes and internet trolls. In fact, indifferent people often attempt to be indifferent because in reality, they give way too many cares.
Ooh.
They give
So,
a I don't know if I want to say F or care. I'll say F. They
yes.
give a F about what everyone thinks about their hair, so they never bother washing or combing it. They give a F about what everyone thinks of their idea, so they hide behind sarcasm and self righteous snark. They're afraid to let anyone get close to them, so they imagine themselves as some special, unique snowflake who has problems that nobody else would ever understand. Indifferent people are afraid of the world and the repercussions of their own choices. That's why they don't make any meaningful choices. They hide in a gray, emotionless pit of their own making, self absorbed and self pitying, perpetually distracting themselves from this unfortunate thing demanding their time and attention. I'm sorry, their time and energy called life. Because
Mhm.
there's a sneaky truth about life. There's no such thing as not giving a F. You must give a F about something. That's part of our biology, to always care about something and therefore always to give a F. All right. So, of course, that was a part of subtlety one, but it was the main part for me, right?
I loved it.
Yeah. And the
I
reason I
loved it.
chose that one is because you, as you know, T, and anybody that saw our episode from last week, when we were talking about like what can we expect from this book, I was talking about like, you know, what is he going to be talking about? So it was interesting for him to make that clear. You know, um
Mhm.
with everything, okay, there are extremes in all cases. But I love that he made it absolutely clear there's no way to go through life without caring about anything. You literally have to care. You have to care.
Unless
Okay.
you're a psychopath.
Unless you're a psychopath, you have to care about something. But like we were talking about earlier, and he'll, get to that from that point, what are you willing to care about? Focus on what you're willing to care about. How much things can you care about that you really don't even owe your attention to? You know?
Mhm.
So that's the subtle art of not giving a F. It's not saying don't walk through life, I don't care about, no, don't be like that. But just take more control over yourself, you know.
It's not giving your F's willy nilly to
Yes,
everything.
exactly. Exactly. You don't be just come out willy-nilly. What?
Don't willy nilly just give them out.
Right.
Save them. Save them for the things that matter.
Oh gosh. That's so funny. But yeah, that was the gem that I wanted to share from that.
I have dropped the link. Does anyone want to come up? Is anybody reading this? We are actually interested. Azelin in the beginning was saying we're interested to know, are you reading it or
Uh-huh.
listening to it? Have you read it before? Because maybe somebody's already read it. Or did you vote
Yeah, if
for
you
this book?
voted, tell us why you voted for this book and all the things T said.
But yeah, I think this is. I want to talk about what I was going to say, but I don't want to say it.
All right. Could you say it in like a story like him? Like just an example of something?
I just feel like I think I get nervous, especially. But there are women in here, and maybe they will understand.
Hmm.
You know how we'll always be like, if somebody has a realistic vision of themselves,
Hmm.
people take that as downing yourself,
Hmm.
especially between women. I think we have a tendency to think that, like, I don't know, if you have a realistic view of who you are, that it's like it's downing yourself. Do
Hmm.
you get where I'm going with this?
Like if I said, "Oh my gosh, my skin. Oh my gosh, my skin is like literally I got scars on my skin." Something like that. And somebody said, "Don't say that about your skin," but I'm literally
Yes,
pointing to a scar.
exactly.
Like
That's
look,
where
it's
I'm
right there.
going.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with it. It's like you can't ever have a like a realistic kind of, because that doesn't mean that you don't have confidence in yourself.
That's
Doesn't
true.
mean that you don't have that you're not comfortable in
Right.
yourself. It
Hmm.
just means that you're just being real about what's going
Yeah.
on right now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Right. Yeah. No, that's
And
interesting. I do think. I'm sorry. You go ahead. You
oh,
finish.
go ahead. I
Well, I
want to
was
hear
gonna
your
say
thoughts.
I do think that um it takes maybe a certain type of person to be able to do that, and that's why it's not common. Because you think about how many people are out there. I would say women and men both. Because this is one of those things. What I'm about to say is one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Like they may point out something or say something, but having somebody else reassure them is what they need. They need somebody
Okay.
to say, Azelin, your skin, you looking for a scar, your skin is clear. What are you? They need that. They
Mm-hmm.
need to be like, okay. But some people are like, look, I'm not saying I don't love myself. I'm just saying I have a scar right here. Like, that's all I'm saying. I
Yeah.
don't like, and so the extra validation is kind of like, I don't need all that. It's not that serious. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that deep, you know? But some people are on that other side where it's like, they actually need that. If somebody say, oh my gosh, like I'm gaining weight, and somebody says, no, you're not, they need to hear, no, you're not. Because if they hear, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's gonna shut everything. They gonna just flip some tables and be mad. But it's like different people.
You
I
kind of
don't
have to
know.
know how the
Yeah.
person is or whatever before it's
Right.
like, I
Yeah.
understand. I think about that a lot because I see that a lot, and I'm like, well, this person,
And
it's
also
not like
some
they're
some people
saying.
do do too much though. Like they can, because not everybody that can just say that is a confident person. Some people look at themselves and they nitpick at every single flaw.
Mm-hmm.
They nitpick and gripe at every single flaw. They don't see the other side. So they might need people. They not even know that they need people, but they need people to say like, no, you're
Right.
doing too much. You know?
They need Panda. They need the panda to come. What did Lushana say? No one should even point it out. Yeah, I see what you mean. She's saying nobody should even be pointing that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think about that a lot. I think about just how I don't know. I don't know. I think sometimes what we say makes others uncomfortable, even if we're not uncomfortable with it ourselves.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like it can make people feel uncomfortable. And I think that comes from that validation thing because you are thinking the other person. Sometimes we always think the other person is seeking that
Yeah.
validation, but sometimes they're not. Sometimes
Right.
they're just
Right.
saying what it is, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's a delicate thing, but I see that a lot.
Yeah. And honestly, I think you said it too. I think it depends on the person. Like you kind of have to know
Mm-hmm.
the person. You have to know the person. Um, Yeah. It's cool if you could be around people enough, like your friends and family enough to know like which person is this. Like I don't have to tell them this. They just talk in. That's a
Mm-hmm.
gift. That means you really know them. That's one of those
And
things you have to really get to know somebody.
even not like looks or anything. I'm talking about like even saying I'm bad at something.
Yeah.
People will immediately say, "No, you're not. No,
Yeah.
you're not bad." And you'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, I am. I'm really bad at that." Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? I know that I'm bad at that. Like,
Right.
but I think that comes from what he's talking about, though. That thing where we're always trying to, or even encourage others to be perfect. Like you have to say you can do that because that's that level of
Hmm.
don't ever say you can't.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
things you can't do.
Yeah.
Isn't that okay to say?
Yeah. It should be.
But let me say hello to we have Daily Spiritual Affirmation. Welcome.
Our
We have
daily spiritual
Rhonda just
affirmation.
joined. Welcome.
Hi, Rhonda.
I just wanted to, but I think about that sometimes. I'm like, what if they know that they really? You can't be good at everything. He literally
Yeah.
said that in the book. You're not gonna
Right.
be the best at everything.
Yeah. You know what it makes me think about? It's an analogy. Well, I say it's an analogy. It's biblical in the Bible where it talks about um the body. I'm thinking they talk about the congregation or something, but like the head has a job, the ear has a job,
Yes.
the ankle has the leg has like every portion of that body has a job. You know, my head, my brain is not going to help me walk. My brain does not have toes. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
that. And so, um, the reason my mind went to that is because saying that you can't or saying that you're not good at something does not necessarily mean that you are talking down on yourself or you're being negative. But if you can more acknowledge the things that you're not good at, and if you're not good at it, you're also accepting that you don't want to go through the pain of getting good at it. You know that part. You know how
Mm-hmm.
every part has a pain. You have to figure out what you can tolerate. So, what are your skills? You know what I mean? What are your strengths? What
Mm-hmm.
are your strengths? And how can you amplify your strengths without, feeling bad about not being able to do something?
Right. And it's not, like I said, like you said, it's not about saying that you're putting yourself down. It's just
Hmm.
about being realistic with what your strengths are. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with being realistic about what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. And it
Hmm.
doesn't mean that you're not saying maybe I need to work harder to try. Even that. There's some things you're going to work toward. I'm sorry. I'm just realistic.
No, go ahead. Say
There's some
it,
things that you're
T.
going to try to do and you're going to work toward that just isn't your zhuzh.
Yeah.
It's just not your thing.
Right.
And that's
Right.
okay.
Yes. Hmm.
I
Right.
think that's a part of this too, and what he's trying to say is that it's okay to not to try something and realize, hey, this just isn't for me.
Yeah. Right.
Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody's
Right.
not meant to work in a corporate world.
Hmm.
Everybody's not meant to do like a lot of different things. We all have a skill set.
Hmm.
You know what I'm do you get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm with you 100%. I
Okay.
understand.
I just hope I'm not sounding
Mm.
cuckoo for cocoa puffs here. But
Yeah.
it's not about putting yourself down. It's about realizing where can I better apply my strength to get the best result for me. You
Right.
know what I mean? I guess that's what I'm trying to say.
No,
I'm making
yeah,
sense.
I understand. I was just reading some comments
Oh
also.
yes, let's read
Um,
some.
yes,
No one's
Lashana
coming up
said,
today. I've put the link several times.
okay. Lashana says, no one is perfect at everything, but why volunteer the information when no one asks? Some people just want attention. I agree with that too.
Oh, I do see that. Yes. Yep.
Some people like they'll like point out their own flaws
Hmm.
and want validation.
Totally
Um,
agree with that, Luciana. I'm not gonna
Rhonda
put
said,
my
great
phone down.
analogy. Kenny K said, I'm not going to put myself down, but at 50, I'm not volunteering for so much. If we're all being paid in the workplace, we're all going to serve as the lead, as the lead at times, share the
Share the
responsibilities.
responsibility. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then,
Oh,
okay,
you
yeah.
see that from Luciana?
Yeah, you can read it.
It's okay to stick to your strengths and hire someone to do what you aren't proficient at. Yes,
I believe in that
totally.
100%.
I totally agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Uh-oh. I did something wrong and I'm scared to touch it. I want to exit out.
Yeah, and then Kenny K, she said, I'm stepping back so others can step up for once. It sounds like you're talking about a work situation where you're like, I'm ready to pass the torch.
Mm-hmm. You can't always be the person that's stepping up doing everything when everybody. is capable. Some people are capable of doing things, but they do that I can't do it thing so that
Yes.
they have no responsibility. We've all
Yep.
seen that happen
Mm-hmm.
before.
Sure have.
That oh, I don't know how. And it's like, yeah, you know how.
Yeah.
You know. I see that so much. That's actually a technique
Yeah.
for when you don't want to do something, especially as it relates to work, to just say you
Right.
don't know how. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I don't know how. I don't know how to do that. And then you kind of get away from being able to do it or having to do it.
Right. Yeah. That's so funny.
I feel you. I feel you so much, Kendi.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Completely feel you on that.
Yeah, I know. Like, I feel like 20. I won't say 2026. So just because that's where we are in the present moment. I refrain from like labeling years. You know what I mean? Like saying like this is my year. This is my year. I don't really say that a
Yeah.
lot, just
Mm-mm.
because I don't want to just have one year. You know what I mean? Like, what if I say this is my year and it's my year, but it's like my only one? You know what I'm saying? So I
I
refrain from
feel like
saying that. I just kind
you
of have
talking
like
about
a,
like this is my year to do so and so. Is that what you're talking about?
or yeah, like this is my year, as in like this is like the year everything is gonna happen. My
Oh
life is
yeah.
in a continuous of like I'm getting better and better every year, and I just like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I was that was a super ADHD sidebar comment, because what I was gonna say is 2026 is a year of choosing yourself, releasing things that do not serve you in all areas, no matter how, attached you may be or how you may feel or how long you've been doing something. When it's not aligned with you, it's not aligned with you. Do y'all know how to tell when something's not aligned with you? For me personally, it's my nervous system. I'm a very calm and relaxed person. If I have any situation, person, thing in my life where I'm doing like this, it's not aligned, because I should feel calm. You know what I mean? When things are
Yes.
not aligned with you or they give you throw back to our old book, the amygdala. If
Yeah.
it triggers your
We're never
amygdala,
gonna forget about the amygdala
yes.
now.
If it triggers your amygdala and
Yes.
stresses you out, 9 times out of 10, it's not aligned with you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the year of shedding those things and putting that energy back into ourselves.
Yeah, and that goes right in line with what we're reading now about choosing to give your F's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
to the things that are most important. That's exactly what he's talking about.
yeah.
Choosing to give your energy to something that means something to you now. And
Mm-hmm.
something that's not, like you said, your energy is precious. It's a
Right.
precious thing. It's not meant to be
Absolutely.
given to everyone.
All right. So
Everyone's
I,
not
I have
meant
a
to
question.
have
I have a
it.
question for
Yeah.
everybody. So, if you want to share, what are three things, or maybe a thing or an area that you know for sure you want to give an F to? Like, what's something in your life that you're like, this is worth it. This I know is worth it. I said three, but you don't have to do three. You can just do one.
I know my three.
Oh, you know your three. What are your three?
My family,
Mm-hmm.
my health.
Yes.
Well, I guess it kind of goes in line though. My spirituality, my God,
Absolutely.
God,
Yeah.
my God,
Absolutely.
my family,
Mm-hmm.
and my health.
Yep. Yeah, I would name those same things. One of the things that is for me though is definitely my family. And honestly, when I say my family, I'm getting to a point where I'm like my in my roof family. Of
Oh
course, my
no, that's what
extended
I
family.
mean when I say
Yeah,
my
yeah,
immediate.
right. But that's something that's recently changed for me. You know what I mean? Like, before I was like married, my family is my dad, my sisters, my dad. But now, as a
Mm.
married person, like this is my family. So when I say my family, I mean my family, of course, my extended too, but my family, my finances. Oh my gosh. When I tell you this stretch between 29 and 30, I really feel like I'm about to go on an amazing run. And I'm just so grateful to God for it. And I want to play it right. I want to be smart with my money. I want to have a personal budget, you know, and I do take notes, T. So when I'm ready to have a personal budget, I'm even going back to that spreadsheet that you dropped videos ago.
Yes,
I'm going back to that document, and I'm
use
gonna,
that.
yeah. So that and spirituality, my relationship with God. You know that's a huge one for me
Hmm.
because it's literally my why I'm able to even show up and be myself and be the way that I am, and I have to continue to pour into that relationship. And I ain't gonna
Yes.
lie, I'm very proud of myself. And let me tell you something too, um, T, because you know a lot about my spiritual journey.
Hmm.
I'm in a place when it comes to my relationship with God that I do not feel a need to rush or do anything to like appear to be a certain way.
Yes.
I feel like my relationship with God is more me and God than it's ever been. You know what
As
I
it
mean?
should
Like
be.
it's more like one on one, like, and it feels so good because he only asks for our personal best.
Hmm.
He don't ask for you to be what is your personal best, and he knows your personal best just like you know your personal best. You cannot deceive him about what your personal best is
Well, he
at
knew
any
it
given
before you
moment.
knew it.
Right, exactly. So, and I'm not saying that. I'm not saying to say you should be doing more, but even those moments where you feel like this is what I can do right now, he sees that and he loves you for it. So I've been really, I just know this is going to be a great year. So those are my things that I'm focused on, and anything outside of that I just don't have it.
You
Okay,
don't have any more F's.
I don't have any more. That's my big three for the year. Hello.
Oh my god. Let's read some of the comments. Some have answered, I think.
Yes.
I see Kendi
Hmm.
says prioritizing my health, my retirement accounts, maxing them joints out. Yes, the
Yes.
max out. And spending quality time with family and friends. Love that.
Yes. I love
Love
that.
it. And then Lushana, my spirituality, my serenity, and wisdom. Love
Yes.
all of those too.
Yes. I love that too. And Lashana, you have an energy of where like your energy spreads all the things you just named. So you're just refilling that bucket because you give it out and you just refilling it. And I love that.
Yes,
I
because I'm
love
trying to
that.
tell you, she has an infectious.
Yes.
There's something about
Mm-hmm.
Luciana. You will always come back to
Yeah.
Luciana. There's just something about her energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, it's a calming energy,
It
and
is.
a, I don't
It
know.
makes
It
you
just
feel
draws you in.
inspired and happy,
Hmm.
and you know, um, yeah. So I'm happy that y'all are tuned in with us. Lashana, Kendi,
Candy,
Rhonda, and
Rhonda,
everyone that
Brittany.
will be, yep, tuning in on the replay. Thank y'all so much for being here. T, do you know what chapters we have next week? I didn't double check.
We're doing two chapters at a time. It looks like it has it going two at a time. So it'll be
Okay.
3 and 4. Three
All
and
right.
four. This
Chapters
book
three and
is
four.
not very long,
No.
but the chapters, they have so much crammed into them, like so
Yeah.
many little things crammed in there that I could see why it's we should go two chapters at a time
Yes.
because it's
Uh-huh.
just it's filled with so many little things that you have to like dig in and get to it.
Absolutely. I love that. And I know that this is one I'm gonna be reading a little bit by little bit throughout the week. Like, and you can do
Hmm.
that. You can do chunks. And also if you're listening to it, there's an audiobook on YouTube. And if you have Audible or something, This book actually aligns with the actual book. It's
It
not like Mel
does
Robbins.
perfectly.
Yes, it's not like Mel Robbins' book.
We thought we were going crazy with the Let Them theory. We were trying to listen to it and then read, and it was
Yeah.
all out of line. It was two different versions. It was not the same.
Well, this one
This one
aligns.
lines
So
up.
that's good
Yes, it
news.
does. So what I did is I read little by little, and then today, before we got on this morning, while
Mhm.
I'm just around the house, I listened to it again to kind of
Yeah.
refresh my brain of what I had
hmm
read.
hmm
But yes, there is one on YouTube,
hmm
freebie, free 99. Then
Yeah.
you got Audible, and then you can also get the hardback, which they're not expensive. And I actually got the two book set.
hmm
It came with everything is
Oh,
effed.
yes. I did see that option. He wrote two
Hmm.
books. Yeah.
So I'll read that at some point. That's just another book waiting to be read.
Yeah.
But I had a great time, Oslin. It's
Me
always an
too.
amazing time with you. Um, you're just cool, cooler than a
You
fan.
are too, T. And shout out to YouTube because we did meet on YouTube.
Yes.
And shout
And we
out
met
to
all these wonderful people that have come
all
through
it,
tonight
yeah, and I was
on
about to say shout
YouTube.
out to internet friends, okay? Shout out
Yes,
to internet friends, okay? This is
absolutely.
this is an era that's a real thing, because your people may not always be in proximity to you. They may be other
Nope.
places.
Look at Zoe stopping through. What up,
Hi Zoe.
Zoe? But we appreciate everybody that has come through. It was, like I said, this book, if you haven't read it, pick it up. It's so funny.
Yeah, it
It
is.
and I think it would appeal to males and females. Like
Oh,
it's
speaking of that,
oh
right when I told Logan yesterday, I mean, last week when we were reading, just the
uh-huh.
title alone, he chuckled. Like I was telling you, reading the book, I'm just like, he would really like this book, man. He
Hmm.
really would.
I've read some parts out to Luke and he was laughing. He said it sounds like me. I'm like, yeah, it sounds like how you would explain something.
Right. Yeah. So it is one that can appeal. I feel like more to men and women.
Hmm.
Whereas the Let Them theory is probably like more of a woman. Even though she didn't talk direct, it was the reading for that in a lot of ways. Maybe I don't know if I should say that, but whatever.
I think sometimes when we get into the Philly feels,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
when we start digging into that, then men kind of get like, meow.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but this one is just a
Mm-hmm.
blunt
Mm-hmm.
book, and it's a good read. You'll get some laughs out of it, very much so. But I think our time has run out, Oslan.
Yep, our time is run out. It's
Thank
been
y'all
a
again
great
for coming
hour with
through,
everyone. Yes.
and thank everyone that will come through on the replay. We appreciate you.
Bye,
And
everybody.
bye, everybody.
Have a great week.
And bye, Oslan.
Bye,
See you next week.
T.